Hey everybody, today we are looking at the Angel Wings from CVJ. Some beautiful artwork on there. Really nice. Looking at the chart. Okay, so we have an impedance of 16 ohms, which generally is easy to drive. But we have a sensitivity of 92 decibels per milliwatt, which is very low, which means amplification is definitely needed. Never mind the ohms, the sensitivity is the more important of that equation. Frequency range 10 to 40 kilohertz. You know, average people can hear from like 10 to 20 if your hearing's really good. As you get older, that gets diminished. Certain frequencies are lost. But it's nice to know that it's there. You know, it's there to listen to. 3.5 millimeter gilded L-shaped plug at the end at termination. It is a 0.75 millimeter 2-pin. Inside the box, let's get a look at some of that artwork. The artwork is very pretty. Looks great. Fantastic job, whoever did that. Speaking of looking fantastic, that shell is beautiful. Really, really, really pretty. Some really nice 3D printing going on here. What else were we saying? Cable length is 1.25 millimeters. Consists of a 6 millimeter dynamic driver and a 30095 balanced armature driver each side. So it's a hybrid. Let's get into the cons and the pros, or the pros and the cons. We'll do the pros first. They're beautiful. This cable, by the way, that it comes with is decent. It's a really nice stock cable. Definitely not, other cables obviously are a lot thicker and nicer for different ones. But I mean, for stock wise, it's nice. It doesn't tangle as much as other ones. It's very, very nice looking. Looking at the shell, looks far more expensive than what it is. If you were wearing these, people would think maybe you have a set of customs. It's nice and shiny. This 3D printing has really good ergonomics. And we'll get into that part now. Also, comfort. There's a very good comfort there. There's good isolation. It fits in the ear quite well. It's kind of a tried and true guitar pick shape with some ergonomic nuances on it. That duck shape, that fits people's ears. Some extra curves here and there. Fits in my ears quite well. I thought it was very comfortable. I thought that the isolation was great. It provides some good passive noise isolation, which of course allows you to listen to the music, at lower volumes, which is more healthier for your ears. So it's got that going for it. It's got looks. Build quality, obviously, like I said, it looks like a custom. It's excellent build quality. Nice packaging, of course, inside the box. It's the typical stuff you get from CVJ. It's a little bit bigger box than what they've had in the past. But you get your different things here. You get your manuals, your warranties. You also get the tips, the typical CVJ tips, which kind of look like TRN, KB Air tips. Probably because they make them for those companies, maybe. I don't know. But you get the kind of velvety pouch made out of like a synthetic velvet. Very nice. You get that with all the CVJs. So excellent, accessories for the price. I'll put that back in there. I had a little round warranty thing you get. Put that back in there as well. We'll close that off. So decent accessories for the price. I think this is around $30-something or less. Nice artwork. The packaging is nice. The product itself is quite nice. It's built well. It's comfortable. It's got some good ergonomics to it. Some good isolation there as well. Overall, excellent. There's nothing there that I can complain about. Now let's get into the sound. And it's got decent specs as well. This is running from your phone. your tablet, maybe your PC. I don't know. The Apple PCs kind of got some really good DACs in them lately and amps. But maybe from PC, depending on if you have a sound card or whatever, it's uninspiring. It's just warm, kind of not too detailed, and overly relaxed. It's lacking a lot of different things. It's okay. It's not the worst I've heard. There are plenty of others out there that I've heard that are far worse. That said, this does need powering. Now, we get into something like these two guys, portables, especially this guy right here. This guy's got plenty of power. And then you get into this, which has the filters, it has a bass boost, it has the soundstage boost, it has all of the stuff. And actually it has the IE match. This one doesn't have the boost. I was thinking of the other one that I have. So you put it on something like this. You don't really need the bass boost, honestly, to appreciate it. But you put it on there, you put on IE match, or you just hook it up to here, especially balanced. You're giving it proper power. It takes on a bit more of an enjoyable signature. We'll start with the bass. Now, the bass of the Angel Wings is somewhat balanced, somewhat neutral, depending on it. It doesn't... It's not anemic, that's for sure. It's not a bass head one either. It's kind of a well-presented bass. Both mid-bass and sub-bass are equally good. They roll off kind of fast. The bass has a good speed. It's got good texture there. It's a quality bass. It's decent. If you like, say, KZ or Belon or CCA or something like that, you're not going to like this at all. It's not that. It doesn't get to that point. It's not for bass heads. And if you're a heavy, detailed kind of person that likes neutrality, and maybe you'll like this. But anyway, the bass is fast. It's got good speed. It's got decent texture. Mid-bass will bleed into the lower mids. It bleeds a little bit. It doesn't bleed overly because it's not a really overly powerful bass. And the bass is over. There's a very quick decay with the bass. Overall, the bass was decent. Not my favorite, but it was decent. I can't complain about anything here. Moving on to the mids. Mids are forward. Not a lot. I would say maybe 40%. Definitely not 50. Definitely not 70%. They're not in your face, but they are forward. Overall, they are very clear. The kind of smoothed out, relaxed, so to speak. There's not a heck of a lot of details there, but they seem roughly neutral with a little bit of warmth coloring. They're good. I think female vocals are a bit worse on this than male. I think it handles male vocals better. But there's some layering there. There's some good overall tonality to the mids. At least they're clear. They're not recessed. So they're decent. I would say they're above average. Then we're moving over into the treble. Now the treble is tuned very safe, very relaxed. Definitely, it's never going to get Sybil. I wouldn't even say that it reaches the point where it's got a lot of sparkle. Maybe some sparkle there. There isn't a lot of splashiness. There isn't a lot of anything. It definitely will never reach sibilance. There's no chance of that whatsoever with this. It is very relaxed treble. And for treble sensitive people, definitely would recommend this because you can listen to this all day long. Now, thinking of music that this would be good with, anything that does a lot of treble, obviously not. It would be lacking. It would be kind of muted to you, and you wouldn't like that. Rock and roll, stuff like that. Yeah, I can see that. Something with the that may be a little overly sibilant with some pairs. Maybe it would work with this. But the treble is overly relaxed on this. It definitely rolls off very, very fast, and it kind of just lacks a lot of detail there in the treble. Getting into the soundstage. The soundstage is great with this. It's immersive, it's wide. There's some decent layering, there's some decent imaging, but the imaging is just average. It's not the greatest, but it's good. It's not horrible. It's far from the worst. So basically, where is my review so I can just read off? So basically, in a nutshell, it's a great looking, well made and comfortable IM. And I don't know. It has some good features when properly driven. It will shine a lot better than it will just driven off your phone. It worked good for media and gaming with me. And, bass heads and treble heads, you're definitely not going to like this whatsoever. But it is something that's kind of clear, neutral, decent forward mids, very good soundstage, and it's not fatiguing. You could listen to this for a long time. So if you're looking for something like that, fine. It works for you. For me, not even close to my favorite. I would neither recommend or not recommend this because I know there are going to be some people that are going to like this. Even though from what I've read, a lot of people don't like this. Power it properly. Change out the cables. Change out the tips. Maybe give some EQ. And we'll see what we can do with this. I'm going to actually be working with these. I'm not going to put these away. Definitely, I'm going to see, how far I can go and if I can make this appear that I like. Because it has potential. So another nice try from CVJ. Kind of lately, they've been falling a little bit short of the mark. I think the last thing that they made that was really good was the mirror, which I never got to use, but I've seen a lot of good reviews on that. My last favorite from them was the CV8. CS8? CS8, I think. I don't know. I haven't heard that in a while, but I did like that one, and I like the one that had the 12 balanced armatures. That one was okay too. And even the first one was very, very good as well. This was a nice try from them. I would really like to see something like this in an IAM that I actually love the sound. Just, never mind trying to be different. Just make us a nice V-shaped one or a nice just overly balanced or neutral one. And I'll love it because I love the way this thing looks. So that said, this has been the Angel Wings. Got some pretty artwork there. Beautiful shell. Just falls a little short of my expectations, but still nonetheless it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. It's just that there's just so much competition in this price range. Yeah, definitely not for me, but for somebody else they might actually like it a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and please be safe.